Hi, this is Dwayne Palka of Pal Katoonz, and this is another PalkArt presentation. This one is concerned with showing shape to grid and export 3D. I have a shape here that I made that I thought was kind of interesting, and what I want to do is I want to take this particular shape and I want to press this button here saying shape to grid. So that's the shape that was made from that original shape. Now, what I could do with that is that I want to duplicate that shape so that I have two of them. So the shape is already selected, and I am going to click Dupe Shapes. Now, you notice when I do Dupe Shapes that the drop shadow doubles in intensity. So that's how I can tell what did it. Now, what I want to do with that is I want to scale it, and I want to scale it in the X direction to be -1. So that one is facing one way and the other is facing the other way. Now I'm going to actually move that in the X direction. Okay, so I moved that -200 in the X direction. So we have these two birds that are sort of facing each other. Now, what I like to do with these two birds is I like to make them into the 3D object. So a 3D object would have two faces on it, and one face is the main face that we see here, and the other face is a face that's behind that. So again, I have to take these. Oh, you know what I want to do first? I want to rename them. I'm going to rename this one to be, let's see, I'm going to select him right now. So that's the one I want to change. And I want to rename him to be Bird 1. And the other one, which says that it's a duplicate of S7, I want to rename him to be Bird 2. Okay, so that's Bird 1, and this is Bird 2. Now, on Bird 1, I want to make another plane that's parallel with him, but it's a distance away from him. And so what I could do with Bird 1 is I can hit Duplicate Shape again, and it will say Bird 1 Duplicate, okay, of S7. And then I'm going to select Bird 2, and I want to do a duplicate of him. I'm not going to move these, I just want to make a duplicate. Okay, so I have a duplicate of Bird 7 and Bird 8. What I have to do now is pair off these levels so that they're just one following the other. So I'm going to select Bird 2, and I'm going to move it up a level so that I'm going to go to the menu down here and click on Levels and take the slider. Let's see if we can watch this on here too as well. And I'll move the slider so that it moves up to 3. Okay, so it has Bird 1 paired off now with Bird 1 duplicate S7, and Bird 2 paired off with Bird 2 duplicate S8. Now I'm going to leave the level clicked on, and the reason why I'm going to do that is because I want to export this as a 3D figure. And if I leave level clicked on, then it will separate these according to the level. So here we go to Export 3D. Okay, so we did it. And what it does is it exports it as a .obj file. Now, a .obj file cannot handle color, so it has no color involved with it. It was just saved as the geometry that we saved off. And it exported as PalkArt birds and 4 faces. So 4 faces, that sounds good, and 140 quads and 140 vertices. What that means is that we have 4 faces here, but it connected up on bird 1 these faces with quadrilaterals that connect up from these points here to on the one face to the points on the other face. So to make it a 3D object. And likewise, it did the same thing with bird 2. So this looks pretty correct. I wish I would have given a different name. I wasn't thinking too well on that one, but nevertheless, I can always change that name afterwards. Now, the other way of saving them off as a .obj file is if I click level off. So if I click level off, and then when I export it as a 3D file, it'll take the gray value of the color and use that to determine its third dimension. Here, when I have level on, it saves this 3-dimension as the level number, but there it would take the gray value of the intensity, the intensity of the color, and use that. Okay, so next we should go to Maya and look at this program and look at this file as it's imported to Maya as a .obj file. And this is what the birds look like in Maya. So I'm going to rotate. You can see that, and you could see how we have a level 1 for one side of the bird. This is on one side of the bird, and this is level 2, and this would be level 3, and then level 4. And it made the quads in between.